Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to be comparing the Leatherman Free and the Leatherman OHT. So the Free and the OHT are the two one-hand operable Leatherman tool models. The main feature of both tools is that they are both 100% one-hand operable, the biggest highlight being that the pliers are one-hand operable in both tools. As you can see, the OHT is significantly bigger than the Free in terms of dimensions and definitely in terms of thickness. In terms of the mechanisms utilized in both tools, the Free utilizes the Free magnet locking system. They utilize magnets in the end of the multi-tool to lock and unlock the tools. For the pliers, you can basically open it up like a bally song and then snap the pliers into place. And then to close the pliers, you can also use one hand and they lock close with a magnet. And then in terms of the other tools, like the knife blade, as you can see, it locks in. You slide the mechanism right here and push the tool back in, and then it locks back in with the magnets. The OHT, on the other hand, utilizes a different mechanism. It has what I like to call out the front pliers. To open the pliers, you don't actually fold open the tool like traditional Leatherman tools. Instead, on both sides of the tools, you get small low buttons that are textured. You press in, and then you simply let the tool fall, and then the pliers open up like that. Here, let me adjust the camera so you can see that better. To close, you also do the same thing. You press on the button, and then you let the tool fall, and then it goes back in, which is pretty cool. Here it is opening again. Really cool. It's out the front pliers, and then you don't have to worry about it pushing in. In order to push it back in, you need to press on both buttons. They lock in. And then another nice thing about the OHT is that it also has a lock for the mechanism, so the pliers don't accidentally go out while in storage or while you're carrying it. And then as for the other tools, in the OHT, all of the other tools are all liner locking. It's very simple. You can use one hand, and then when you want to close it, there's a simple liner lock that you press and fold the tool back in. And as stated earlier, the biggest thing about the Free, in order for it to function, is that it utilizes magnets. And while I absolutely love the Free mechanism, and I think it is one of Leatherman's best designs in terms of mechanisms, the one downside to having magnets in a multi-tool is that obviously the magnets will attract metal, including small metal fibers and small metal shards, and that is especially bad if you want to file down something metal with the file. If you're filing down something metal, the shards will collect into the tool, and it will, compromise the functionality of the tool since the magnets have the metal fragments stuck on them. Both tools feature replaceable wire cutters, which is great for longer use. As you can see, in terms of the actual plier head, because the OHT is bigger, the plier head is bigger and is also a bit beefier. Another similarity between both multi-tools is that all of the tools are accessible on the outside. The Free has all of the tools like this. You access them on the outside like that and lock them into place. And on the OHT, all of the tools are on the outermost layer, and there is no second or third layer in the tool. They're all on the outside and feature that liner locking mechanism. As of recording the video, the OHT retails for $90, and the Free P2 retails for $130, and the Free P4, which is basically the Free P2 just with an extra outer layer of tools, retails for $150. The OHT features 16 tools, and the Free P2 features 19 tools, and the Free P4 features 21 tools. The OHT features this heavy-duty nylon MOLLE-compatible sheath, and the Free P2 features a gray version of the standard Leatherman belt sheath. In terms of carry, the OHT really only has one formal way of carrying it, and that would be in the sheath, whether that be attached to a MOLLE system or on your belt. And obviously you could just throw this in your pocket, although it does not have a pocket clip, nor is there an option to add a pocket clip. That being said, it is a heavier duty tool, so if you were to carry it, just throwing it to the bottom of your pocket would probably be the better idea than some makeshift clip. And the Free P2, other than the belt sheath, it does come with a removable pocket pocket clip. The Free P4 also has the same pocket clip, which is nice. Another significant difference about both tools would be the fact that the Free series requires you to swap hands to open tools less versus the OHT. And what I mean by that is that all of the inside tools on the Free P2 are accessible with just the same hand. It doesn't matter which hand you're holding. You can access all of the tools on the inside with the same hand. You won't have to swap hands. However, on the outermost layer, the Free P2 only has one outermost layer. You will have to swap hands for the opposite side tools on the outermost layer. As you can see, with my right hand, I can open up the knife blade easily, but I can't really open up the scissors with my right hand. I will need to swap to my left hand to get to the scissors. And then if this was the Free P4, there'd be another set of tools on here. I'd be able to access this tool with my right hand, but this tool I need to swap to my left hand. And the thing is, with the OHT, there are no inner layers. All of the tools are on the outermost layer, so only half of the tools can be accessed with your dominant hand. Like, as you can see, the bottle and can openers operable with my right hand, and then if I wanted the knife blade, it's also operable with my right hand. But the other tool, if I wanted to access the saw, I'd need to swap to my left hand and open it up like that. And then the same goes for say this flathead screwdriver. I would need to go to my left hand. If I flip it over, if I want the smaller flathead, I need to swap over to my right hand. Probably not the biggest deal in the world, but I do think it's pretty significant when you're comparing two tools that are all about accessibility with one hand. It's nice that the Free series, basically in the Free P2, only one tool is required to swap hands. The Free P4, only two tools are required to swap hands, but the OHT, half of the tools require you to swap to your non-dominant hand to open them up. And now I'm going to compare the tools that each multi-tool has and that the other doesn't. If you want a full overview of the tool sets of both tools, I recommend watching my dedicated reviews to both of the multi-tools. I'll link them down in the description for you. The OHT lacks scissors, a file, and an awl, whereas the Free P2 lacks the cleaning brush rod adapter that the OHT has, and it also lacks the O2 wrench and safety cutter combination tool. Other than the tool sets and the price, when choosing between the tools, you need to decide if you prefer a larger, heavy-duty tool, or if you want a smaller tool that has more EDC-friendly options. If you're a longtime viewer of my channel, you know that the Free P2 is my go-to EDC multi-tool, and that's because the tool set is perfect for my needs. It has a pocket clip for pocket carry, and I prefer the Free mechanism over the OHT's one-hand operable mechanism. I think the OHT's mechanism is pretty good for what it is. I think it's a good heavy-duty multi-tool, and I thought it was a good first draft for a one-hand operable tool from Leatherman. If you didn't know, the OHT came out a year or two before the Free series was introduced. I think it was a good first draft for a one-hand operable Leatherman tool, but I think the Free series one-hand operable feature is just far superior, even considering the fact that it has to utilize magnets. I can look past that for its awesome opening mechanisms. So between the two one-hand operable plier-based Leatherman tools, which do you guys prefer, the OHT or the Free series? I definitely like to know down in the comments. So that's gonna do it for this video. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, follow me on my socials, and thanks for watching.